Hello my kin, my name is Kin Ping, but you can call me Kin, and I'm back with another Rakarth Beasts Only campaign video for you all. If you haven't watched the first one, you should probably go and watch that because this is leading off directly the previous one. As you can see here, I just taken the golden ziggurat and I got a Carnosaur of all monsters. I got a freaking Carnosaur, which is awesome. Now I'm just putting some gear onto my dudes. But yeah, go watch the first one if you haven't. This is a direct sequel, and we're still taking over Lustria and planning to annihilate the lizard men and grow our beast army. Currently don't have that much of an army, it's just some Harpies, Hydra, and Rakarth obviously, and his sorceress. So we're going okay. We got that new Carnosaur, we've finally taken the golden ziggurat, and yeah, we are doing okay. If you want a reminder on the rules are down in the description. I'll make sure to put them in the description every episode so you guys don't feel like you're confused about the rules or anything. I had to rebuild the city, of course, but then I decided to destroy this income building because I didn't really need it at the moment, and I was hoping that I could try and get something else that would be of, you know, more use, because my income was pretty damn good at the moment. And that was basically the end of that turn. Start of the next turn, my research finally got finished, and I had a look at what buildings I could build. I decided to get the growth one because I knew that I needed growth to get these Medusa buildings and everything. And then here I was looking through the technology tree and I found that one there, Bloody Companions, that gave me bonuses for Harpies and everything. So I had to get Battler's Business automatically to try and get Bloodthirsty Companions because it was just perfect for my armies, of course. Here my public order was not doing too well, so I decided to do one of these new slave abilities where you sacrifice slaves to get bonuses. So I did that and got an automatic plus 20% control because I knew I needed that because I was going to go leave and do some raiding to try and get more monsters. So it just kind of made sense really. And that was turn 5 done. The turns go pretty quick in this video. Lots of them I just spent raiding. So yeah. And then yay, I got some feral cold ones from raiding Lustria, which I was really thankful for because these cold ones, they're actually not bad, and it was good to have another like ground unit of beast. So here I got my cold ones and my Carnosaur, and my army was finally actually looking like half decent, and I was confident that I could take on a lizardmen army, maybe a settlement, but not a settlement and an army at the same time, especially if it's a Slan Mage, because that Slan Mage is the faction leader, and even though he's not legendary one, I thought it'd be a little hard to take him on with the army I got now. Start of turn 7, Boudica got a rank up, which was good, and I put that into Flock of Doom because I knew I had to get Flock of Doom. Flock of Doom's a brilliant spell. I also upgraded Great Turtle Isle, and then what I dreaded, I saw that the lizardmen had got 2 armies, well, started building 2 armies at the start of turn 8, and that really annoyed me. However, Rakarth got a bonus, which was pretty good, so I put that into Lashmaster, because Lashmaster's the only one there that really affects the beasts that I actually want to use. I spent the rest of the turn just raiding. Sadly, I didn't actually get any beasts from it, which was really annoying. However, I started going for Bloodthirsty Companions, which I knew was going to be really useful. The next couple turns I just spent raiding. I got a couple more cold ones as well, which was really good. I encountered Gorok's faction, unlocked a right, which was awesome. But I realized that I did not have enough slaves for the right, which was really frustrating. Because if I hadn't done that public order thing on my settlements, then I would have had enough. So that was really frustrating, but I knew that I was only about 70 slaves off, so I was going to get it soon. I was really close to getting it. At the start of turn 11, I decided to get some extra leadership because why not? I had the money to do that as well. And then I saw that big boy lizardmen army was right in front of me, and I could not take it on because if I attacked it, he'd have the garrison with him as well, and I knew that I could just not fight that at all. So I also upgraded my exotic animal pen. The next thing worth noting is start of turn 13, I got a migration, which I thought was fine. The recruitment cost and growth would be okay. And I had decent control because of the slave thing. And then I saw that the lizardmen had come to attack the golden ziggurat, and I knew that I had to take them or else they would take the golden ziggurat. So obviously I had nothing left, but my army was healed up because I'd gone back into my territory to heal up as much as I possibly could before deciding to go and attack Big Toad Boy. Thankfully, it gave me a Pyrrhic victory, and I didn't actually lose any of my units. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna take that. Hopefully, we take out a fair amount of the Lizardmen army, because it was very good to get a Pyrrhic victory on this. Thankfully, I think that was because of my garrison, and I managed to beat them, wipe out the whole army because they were on forced march. I had most of my army left. My cold ones got really munted though, and that was a bit of a bummer. But then I unlocked Rakarth's chariot, and that was awesome. And then of course I leveled him up. He got 2 level ups, put one into Lashmaster. Thought about where I could put the other one, but I decided I'd just chuck into Lashmaster as well, so all my beasts were uber ready to take out anyone that stood in their way. And then I got Hecate's blessing on my sorceress. I moved back into the settlement to get some extra healing. Even though it put me on forced march, I was pretty safe for the while. And then it was finally time to do the monster pen. Convocation of hunters. I could not wait to do this and see what kind of stuff I got. So I was met with opportunity to do an old world expedition, go to the beast markets, do a Darkland expedition, or do a Lustrian expedition. Honestly, it took me a while to decide. I couldn't do the Sorceresses of Grond one because I didn't have the slaves to do that. Just a little tip. When you do this, you want to make sure you have a lot of slaves, because some of the things cost slaves as well. Obviously, you want to make sure you got some treasury, but yeah, like the one here that allowed me to get a dragon, I couldn't do because I didn't have 500 extra slaves. So it took me a while to decide, but finally I decided to do a Darklands expedition, and I got feral bears and 2 saber tusk packs, which would come in handy a lot in the future. By the time turn 14 came around, I got a brutal business, which was way more extra damage for everyone. I had to make the most of that to try and destroy these lizardmen. I decided to march my way into the lizardmen land. However, I was in the channeling stance, so I managed to do some healing as well. I knew I wasn't going to attack this turn, so I had to make sure I got at least a tiny bit of healing. And you can see here, I got a fair amount of healing in my channeling stance. And then I recruited my 3 new units just in case the lizardmen attacked me, which I couldn't see happening because I didn't have another army. But my army was looking pretty solid now, and I was pretty happy with how it looked. I decided to upgrade my Dark Elf residence and then get a public order building in the Golden Ziggurat. And then that was that. And we were on to turn 15. And yay, my Harpy technology finally got finished. And now my Harpies were awesome. And I could truly start demolishing these lizardmen, especially after they left their settlement there. I knew that was easy picking. So after upgrading my sorceress, I triggered my technology and then launched my attack on the Chamber of Visions, which didn't have a really good garrison, so I knew I should be able to take it pretty easily. But I was just making sure to see there were no lizardmen armies around, but I was pretty sure that they were on the way out, so I just attacked. And decisive victory. Booyah, I didn't have to fight that because I knew it would not be good if I fought that. I'd probably lose a unit of cold ones maybe. So I just wanted to be uber duper safe and auto resolve it because I lost no units if I did. I hoped that I would get more beasts when I occupied this. But alas, I got nothing, which was a real bummer. On the start of turn 16, I got a quest battle issued to me all the way over in Albion, and that was to get the Whip of Agony, and some Lustrian beasts added to my monster pen, which was freaking awesome. Obviously, it was a quest battle, so the army would be really powerful, and I needed my army to be just as powerful if I was going to take it on. It even had Nikai the Wanderer and Croxagores, so I knew that that was not going to happen for a long time. So I was going to focus on taking my province and taking a little bit more of Lustria before I even considered doing that. I pissed around a bit and built some buildings and healed up a little bit before finally deciding that I should try and take on these lizard men. This was turn 17, halfway through turn 17, near the end, and I decided, well, I gotta siege these guys. But the auto-resolve didn't really give me that good chance, taking away a fair amount of my units, so this was one that I was obviously gonna have to fight. I didn't really want to fight it right now though, as it was just probably a tiny bit in their favor than mine, especially considering I'd lose like 5 units if I autoed it. So I decided to wait them out for a turn, make them suffer some attrition so their units would be slightly damaged, and then when turn 18 hit, the gods became angry and I had to deal with some angry gods, which was really annoying, but I let it be. And then the battle was finally launched with my half depleted army versus their slightly depleted army and garrison with their big slan boy back. Their faction leader was back, so I accidentally waited too long there, but it was time for a massive battle, which hopefully I would win. I hope you guys enjoy the cinematic.